The third matter I want to flag is the salary increase which this government has given to themselves. A 14% increase to parliamentarians, which was never included in the budget and was never discussed with the parliamentarians. Now, I want you all to listen to my logic and reasoning on this matter very carefully. And don't jump to lash out unreasonably, as my views are my views, and they're very much at variance with many people in the opposition. I have had absolutely no discussion with any member of the opposition on this matter. But here is my take on this. As a former minister myself and parliamentarian, I know for a fact that the salaries of ministers and parliamentarians generally in Antigua and Barbuda are amongst the lowest in the region. And there has been no salary increase to parliamentarians for over 3 decades. So, in my view, the 14% increase given to public servants should be applicable to parliamentarians as well. I have walked that walk, and that salary for a parliamentarian just cannot cut it anywhere in the region. They are the policy heads of ministries. They are running constituencies. Their salaries should be comparable to a CEO. You have public servants in this country who work for $12,000 and $15,000 and $20,000, while ministers are working for $10,000, and I think the Prime Minister's salary might be $12,000 a month. What can go so? So the 14% increase is, in my estimation, justified, and that percentage is not over what is being offered to public servants. But my caveat is this: how did this government justify giving themselves a 14% increase one time in one fell swoop and making it retroactive to January 2023? But the hard-working public servants, they got 5%, y'all remember that? 5% in 2018 and 9% in 2024. So they got it in staggered hacks and herring. Still 14%. And no back pay. That is not justified. Wouldn't it be fair for you to do exactly the same thing? Give yourselves 5%, and then 6 years later, you get the other 9%, just as you have done with the public servants? Wouldn't that be fair? Isn't that how you gave the public servants their 14% increase? So do it that way. Be that as it may, I am just cautioning the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister that that 14% must be for all parliamentarians, both government and opposition, ministers, senators, everybody. Tut mun sama bagay. And I've heard some opposition parliamentarians saying, oh, they don't want it. Just stop the nonsense. Just stop the nonsense. You deserve it. And you should accept it. Because right now, you all are working for a pittance with many, many demands on you on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. Just accept it and stop that foolishness, trying to be magnanimous. And to those ministers, once you get this increase, we expect you to do your jobs with efficiency and competence. Show up when you're supposed to show up. Work hard for the people who are paying for you. Show yourselves worthy. Toil with fairness and equity and professionalism and competence in the interest of your constituents, your communities, and your ministries. And I say a word to the wise is sufficient.